When I speak English, someone said that I sound very charming, but since I don't know myself how I look or sound when I'm speaking English, so I can't understand what I sound like, or how I sound like, or I don't know, how I sound or what I look like. Okay, but it's very intriguing. Like, as I always say, if you learn another language, it's like you have another yourself inside you, right? Another personality. Yeah, it is true. I think so. Okay, and where was I actually? Yeah, that teacher, English teacher, of the video, whose video I watched this morning just after waking up, right? And he said that you shouldn't lose your accent because it makes you sound very charming, and it's very encouraging. Okay, and I was talking about the 25-year-old Japanese guy, right? A few days ago, right? Whose video I watched, and I felt closer to him because he is living in Nagoya, Japan, and I'm also living in Nagoya, Japan. And I don't know where he is, but his name is Naoya. His channel name is Naoya from Japan, okay? And he doesn't seem to be, I mean, he seems that he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his English, and he cares so much about his pronunciation, his English. But for me, his English is okay enough, or because his English level is above a certain level, and he can express himself clearly, and he has no problem being understood, okay? And he has many comments, encouraging comments, okay? And he can read all those comments, and he can expand his vocabulary, okay? It's win-win, right? It's win-win. But he seems that he isn't satisfied with his English. I really recommend he should learn another language. I think he should have learned, no, he must have learned another language in university, because in university you learn another language, right? Even though you don't want to, right? I've never been university myself, so I'm not sure about this though, okay? But when you learn another language, you will realize how helpful your first language is. In his case, he can express himself in English that much, okay, already. And but now he doesn't seem to be satisfied with his English, but compared to his second foreign language, his first language must be much better, right? To the degree that he can express his thoughts and feelings, and that's fantastic, right? Every time I get stuck in my English, I try to compare my English to my Spanish, and even though I've been learning Spanish for such a long time, on and off. When it comes to my spoken Spanish, it's like a baby. Okay, I even haven't tried practicing my spoken Spanish seriously though. I've been doing most of the time. All I did was just input, okay? But I really want to be a decent Spanish speaker, in the very near future, and I think it would be great if I could express myself in my Spanish. And after that, I really want to go back to my Chinese in a few years, okay? I think that it'll take 2 or 3 years until I become a pretty comfortable Spanish speaker. But I'm lucky because I've been studying, even though it was on and off, but I've been studying Spanish for such a long time, and it's very important to expose yourself to the language as long as possible. Sometimes people wish to improve their foreign language in a year or 2 years, or sometimes in 6 months. But I think it's totally impossible, and at the same time, I think that it's not good in terms of exposing yourself to the language, because making your foreign language second nature, all you need is time. Okay, time, and how often you expose yourself to the language. So you cannot be done in 6 months. You cannot be done this in 6 months or a year. You have to be relaxed. Okay, you have to be relaxed, and you forget about the time. Okay, because you cannot totally immerse yourself to the language in such a short time, right? So even native kids, they spend at least 3 or 5, okay, somewhere between 3 and 5 years, exposing themselves to the language, their mother tongue, right? So you have to be very patient, and you can enjoy the language, okay? And in this case, I'm not in a hurry in terms of my Spanish, okay, because I really have to take time anyway. So, okay, what the teacher said was really encouraging to me, and I hope what he said is encouraging to other people too. And go back